I always assumed that to write well, I would have to write for almost anything and be very versatile and diverse in writing, and Hamilton was the perfect place to kind of play that out. I came to Hamilton knowing that I loved writing and I could write, but not necessarily knowing the full scope of what it means to write different material, and different material that was more vulnerable, different material that engaged in bigger issues, not just like fairy tales and butterflies, but like real issues that I am linked to now as a writer, like about race, about gender. So those are things I didn't touch until I got to Hamilton. That really enriches my writing and informs my writing. It makes me more a conscious individual here. And specifically Jane Springer, who was my first creative writing professor here on campus, she taught me to ask what if for everything. I think constantly asking what if played a huge role, for one, in Choose Your Own Adventure, because that's the question, right? Like, what if you go down the path with the snakes, or what if you go down the path with like the squirrels? And like that's a huge sort of practice and exercise of writing well. Ask what if, and what if is a light out. Being on this campus, I had to learn that in order to not only write well, I had to come out of my shell. I had to be able to speak to someone in an audience. I had to be able to recite a poem out loud and not just keep it in my head and just keep it in a little notebook, but I had to be able to deal with giving my work to others in a real way and being vulnerable. So write thyself.